very comforting for the workers who've been laid off in Oshawa to hear the Prime Minister stand here and say that it amounts to a couple of one-time events. Let me remind him that we've had 180,000 manufacturing jobs lost under his watch. That doesn't amount to a one-time event. That amounts to a lack of leadership. And those workers are right now outside that plant in Oshawa demanding answers for themselves, for their families, for their community, and for the industry. And it's time the Prime Minister started providing some answers right here in this House. Why doesn't he show some leadership and put in place the kind of green economy with jobs for the future that this country needs?
Clay Valley, order.
Reports from Washington today describe environmental groups warning U.S. Congress and American consumers that the Canadian tar sands sector is, quote, an environmental disaster that is poisoning U.S. refineries. Despite both domestic and international pressure, this government is barreling full steam ahead. On World Environment Day, this so-called environment minister's gift to the planet is one of the greatest and largest polluting projects in Canadian history. Why won't he even put a few environmental conditions on the Kearl oil sands project? Why is he giving Imperial Oil an unlimited license to pollute?
How can the Conservatives pretend to be all about law and order when they stand idly by when one of their own ministers of the Crown stands up and says that he's going to ignore a law passed by this House of Commons on something as important as climate change? No, the Prime Minister once said, and I remember it well, that any Prime Minister had a moral obligation to respect the will of the House of Commons. Well, the House of Commons passed a bill called the Climate Change Accountability Act that forces any government, no matter what the party is, to be open and honest with Canadians about climate change. Why won't he insist that his minister follow the law?